everybody. Took me about 10 minutes to set up this video. You should actually see how it's set up. It is the most comical thing ever. I really want my camera stand back so I can finally use it properly. Anyway, this video is a bit of a whim. I didn't intend to do it, or at least not like this. I feel like the main inspiration of my videos is just it's whatever I've been thinking about. It's not that I need to get it out, it's just I need other people to hear it and take that information on board, because it's pretty vital what I'm about to tell you, and it can change your life. And it's changing mine, I'm already seeing it. But it will be disregarded by modern society because they don't want to hear it, because it's actually useful to them, and it'll actually improve their daily lives. And yet, obviously, we know big corporations and just secret agendas, they want you weak. They want you feeble. They want you down on the ground and licking their boots and eating the shit that comes out of their ass. That's what they want, essentially. They want you drugged up and they want you fucked, essentially, with mental health problems. Anywho, this video is going to be titled Why You Need Discipline. Discipline is everything. I've only really just started to grasp what discipline means and can actually do for a human being. Discipline for me is getting up at 7 a.m. every day, doing quick exercise to get my body energized. I started by doing 10 push-ups a day, and now I'm easily up to 20. I might even do another round if I feel like I can manage it, but normally it's just 20 push-ups. And then I might sit on the edge of my bed and just drink water for a couple of minutes, and while I look outside that window. It's a very, very powerful thing to do, honestly, just looking out the window at the quiet street, because it's fucking 7 a.m. Of course it's quiet, barely any traffic, and just darkness. And then I'll go and have my cold shower, and then I get dressed and then make my breakfast, pray to God, and that's the start of my day. And then the other aspects of discipline are hitting the gym every weekday, Monday to Friday, and eating healthy, getting good sleep, 8 to 9 hours. I need that minimum, because if I have to wake up at 7, then I have to be in bed at least 10 to 11 p.m. You may be wondering, why do you need discipline? What can it actually do for you? It's like, oh, surely, James, I don't have to actually wake up at, whatever time. Why do I need to wake up early? I mean, tomorrow will always be there, right? Well, who do you want to be? Do you actually have dreams, ambitions, and goals? Because if you have that shit, you're going to need to write out the steps to achieve that. If you want to be... Now, obviously, this is very hypothetical, but if you want to be an astronaut, do you think it's wise to sleep in? Do you think it's wise to not study because you're tired? You're low energy. You're just not feeling it. No. You will never reach that level unless you constantly achieve and aspire to be at what is at that level, whatever it is. You need to keep pushing every day to achieve, because you're going to get weak. And I look around me at the landscape I'm in for the time being, and I see nothing but weak people. And they remind me of who I was a few years ago when I was alone in the countryside, in my town, place of residence. Don't know why I said town. It was a village. My village place of residence. And I was just doing all those weak, pathetic activities that the modern man seems to do daily, and almost it's like he's not judged for it. I'm talking about watching pornography, masturbating, eating unhealthy, not exercising, not having goals, not having dreams, not having aspirations, taking drugs. Casual sex through use of things like Grindr or Tinder, Humble, or I don't fucking know, like whatever people use these days. I genuinely don't care. It's that type of shit. And you just fall victim to it. You just go around and round in circles in this constant rat race that society presents you with. It's like, oh, here's McDonald's, here's Tinder, here's video games. Go have fun, kids. I'm sure it's no problem. Oh yeah, here's medications, by the way, because we hear you have, I don't know, ADHD or some shit, and we want to pump you full of fucking Adderall or fucking Zans or something. Now, obviously, this video isn't going to get into Big Pharma. We might do that another time, but you get the gist. All these things are commonplace, and yet no one seems to be looking at the bigger picture. We look at it on an individual level and like, oh yeah, junk food is like bad. We should cut down on it. Oh, we need an hour of exercise a day. Yeah, we need an hour of exercise. Maybe we shouldn't watch Netflix for 8 hours straight on our day off. But no one seems to understand we don't just do one of these things. We do all of these bad activities and we just mush them together. Like, no one seems to have structure in their lives apart from the 1%. And I don't just mean the 1%, because honestly, if you look at data, that's anyone with like a 40 to 70k income a year. If we're talking monetary value, it's someone who's got a good job. Maybe they're an engineer, tech developer, a newbie, a plumber, so on and so forth. Who's obviously graduated and been a few years in the trade. That's the 1%. I'm talking about the 0.01%. Where you're earning millions a year. They don't do this shit. They don't sit around and watch Netflix. They probably don't masturbate to pornography. Or masturbate at all. Okay, maybe not that last part. But they don't do all this weak shit like sleeping in and ordering fast food. They don't do that. And that's why they're at that level. Because they compete to get to that spot. And they earned it. They 100% earned it, and they keep achieving. Because they have a strong mindset. And that is what discipline gives you, a strong mindset. Because you can have all these goals and dreams and aspirations, but you can be really low energy and just not achieve them. If you ask the modern man what he wants to achieve, what his goals are, say he's 18 to 25, he might actually have a few things to tell you. He might go, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. But what does he come home and do? After his day job or after his university course, which he feels like he might not actually be any good at, or is pointing him in not the right direction. he probably takes drugs and plays video games. And by drugs, I don't just mean like weed or cocaine. I also mean alcohol. I know it's alcohol and drugs, but alcohol is a drug, so wake up. It's a fucking drug. It's probably the worst one out there. One of them. And yeah, he just doesn't... Like, he has all these goals and dreams, but he doesn't know how to achieve them. It's like, how do you achieve something when you don't... when you don't know the steps? Like, they don't... If you have... Very simply put, if you have something you want to achieve, you have to think of it as not A to B. It's A to A.1, A.1.1, A.1.2, A.1.3, all the way up to A9.9, and then you have B. You've got to set your life up in a structure that enables you to do that. If you want to, say, learn a language, French, even just something simple like that, learn French, but you have a busy day in terms of your university course. Maybe you're an engineer, okay, but you want to learn French on the side because you want to go to the country or so forth. Doesn't matter. If you look at your timetable, at your daily schedule, say you get up at 10 a.m. because your course is at 11 a.m. and thankfully you live right next to the college, so it's only a 5 to 10 minute walk. Let's just say hypothetically. You get up at 10, you're out the door at 11:45, and you just make it in a time for 11. And then, that course is 2 hours, and then you have an hour break where you just kind of fuck around and you go to the cafeteria and you eat. And then your next one is like 12 to 3, so then, it's 3 p.m. and then you go back and you've got work to do. And it's like you kind of put off the work, you just scroll, you just do the scroll for the apps. You don't meditate, you don't read philosophy. Why would you need to do those things? That's retarded. That might actually get you somewhere. Oh, so anyway, yes, you need to learn French. So now you're looking at times like 7, and you've just literally spent 3 to 4 hours scrolling on your phone, doing fuck all. Maybe you took a shit. Congratulations. Maybe you moved clothes from one chair to the other. Well done. So now you're thinking, might as well make dinner now. And maybe you've had a snack beforehand. Maybe that's the first thing you did when you came home, while you were glued to your phone. You made yourself a meal. That was lunch. Or brunch, or whatever the fuck. So you make your dinner, and then it's like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or whatever. So then I know I'm dawdling on a bit. I realise that. Okay, you get the general picture. So then you play video games or whatever. Then you waste another 4 hours. And now it's like anywhere from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. You're like, I need to go to bed. Where's the French? You haven't learned the French in any time. I don't think you've even completed your homework. So now you're going to go in the next day with fuck all to present to the teacher or whatever. I don't understand if it's university, it's like submitted through Turnitin or whatever the fuck. But you haven't done that. You're putting that off. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I had an assignment due on... Now, funnily enough, we had 2 weeks for this assignment. I wouldn't even call it putting it off. I was only really aware of it a week before. But as soon as I was aware of it, I started it. So I started it on the Monday. Did 2 hours on the Monday, 2 hours on the Tuesday, 2 hours on the Wednesday. And then I actually needed less than 2 hours to do it on the Thursday. I had to reformat it into a PDF, and that took ages. But that's not the point. I didn't even need that 2 hours on the Thursday. And it was due on the Friday. So I had it done a day before. I was like, perfect. Out the way. And if I didn't implement getting up early, I wouldn't have had the time to do that. I would have been all night clickety clack on the keyboard. Possibly would have forced myself to make a coffee or some shit like that, where you've wasted your time. So now you've got to, do your university work. If you're wasting your time, you're not doing your university work, you're clearly not liking the fucking course. You're clearly not actually motivated. Because ignore all the bad habits like masturbation or looking through social media or not eating right. If you're not actually motivated, and all those, by the way, I just listed, take away your motivation. I'll explain that later, maybe in a different video. If you're not motivated by your course and its coursework, it's not the right course for you. Yes, you can change your life, but it's not the right course for you. You need to find something you're actually focused on. I think I don't know, I'll have to talk about that again in a later video, but it's finding your purpose, finding something you're good at, or several things you're good at. Finding that one fucking thing you can just nail in the coffin and just wipe everyone out. Just the competition just dismissed. Because you're just so good at this one thing. So I see a lot of weak men, especially weak men out here. And, I'm trying to form friendships with people. I'm trying to build human connection where we can meet and build and create. And very rarely have I met people, and I'm entering semester 2, my first year of university. Very few people have I met that are both mentally and physically strong. The people who are at the gym who are very physically built, I've yet to become their friend yet, so I can't talk about them. I can only see their outward appearances. I don't know what's going on up here. And that's not an insult. I genuinely mean I don't know how intellectual they are. I don't know, because I haven't had that means of communication with them. But I'm trying to build a tribe with people who are both, and we can both become stronger. And yet maybe it's just this part of Ireland of it. Maybe it is. But there is fuck all going on here in terms of strong leaders and people that actually want to achieve and aspire to be something else. It's funny because I met this one guy and he's doing a type of engineering that I also know another person from secondary school who's doing pretty much the same thing. And it is quite hard. It's got very physical applications. Just said physical applications. In terms of physics. Oh my god. It's got physics anyway. Maths. In order to do these equations, and you figure them out essentially, but it's hard stuff. And he just plays video games. Now he doesn't just do that. He does also go to the gym, but he also drinks and plays video games. And I mean, look, great. If you can bundle the two and you're very happy with your life and you're getting through college, perfecto. But I can proudly admit I'm trying to be a 1% man. I'm trying to get into the 0.1%. And I know how I'm going to do that. I'm a bit uncertain, but I'm getting there. I'm learning the values that it takes to become that strong, both mentally and physically. And I will reach there. And everyone's going to look at me and they're going to be like, how the fuck did you do that? And I can explain it like this, very simply. But they go like, oh, I never knew he was going to do that, and then he did that, and I was like, no, you just didn't care. You just didn't notice and appreciate someone around you who was, and I'm not going to say better than me, because that's better than them, because that's egotistical. But someone who wanted to be stronger, someone who wanted to achieve. And I'm going to piss a lot of people off by just existing, by just preaching. Whether it's spirituality or videos like this. Of course people aren't going to be happy with that. They're like, "Oh, James, I can't believe you told me that video games are bad for me and they're actually putting me in an endless cycle of depression and not actually helping me achieve my goals and actually disrupting my focus and my attention span." I think you got the point. I think you just understood it just there. All these things that I've listed in this goddamn 20-minute video, they're all bad for you. You need to start getting up earlier. You need to start planning what you're going to do. You need to start researching all the things that make you happy in the physical world, such as basic hygiene, food, exercise, water, meditation. I think other stuff like, say, yoga falls into exercise. You get the point. You need to discipline the mind. Become like water. You need to flow. You need to create. You can't just get up and just sit in bed and scroll through YouTube for 5 hours. Because, like, dear God, like, I caught myself lacking recently and was scrolling through TikTok shorts for about 20 minutes. And my brain just felt so fried. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And I finally uninstalled the app. Because that was on my to-do list. I was like, uninstall that piece of shit. Because it is holding you back even more. And I'm just going to quickly kind of sum this video up. I didn't know it was going to be this long. I hope I drop some knowledge in this video. And I'm going to continue to make more videos. I don't know if I'm going to post the links anywhere. Just hopefully people find them. God does his thing. But I'm not the most mentally and physically strong person. I mean, I'll proudly show you one of my muscles right now. I've been mainly training chest and arms. I've been in the gym for a bit over a month. And recently I've been hitting over 1.5 hours per day in the gym, and I think that's pretty good from going to an hour to nearly 2 hours. So we're getting somewhere. We're all gonna make it, bros. Don't worry. Like, we are all gonna make it. Stay strong. So I am not the most physically and mentally strongest person out there in Ireland, but I will reach that. You know, whatever it takes. I will reach that. I want to be an inspiration to people, especially young guys. Because I'm sacrificing a lot for what I believe in. I'm sacrificing casual sex. I'm sacrificing instant pleasure, dopamine. You know, I'm sacrificing so much for what I believe in. And I've been put down enough by other motherfuckers that I've had to stop listening to them. I had to throw them out of my life. And very early on, they threw me out of their lives because they were fed up with me. Because they thought they were better. They knew better. And now where are those motherfuckers? Nowhere to be seen. Somewhere in a ditch. Now obviously that sounds a bit mean. And I hope no one ends up in a ditch. But basically what I'm saying is, people will use you. You've got to find people who will inspire you. Always be there for you. Or at least very long term. Because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to meet genuine people with genuine human connection. I think that sums up the video. I just did a half-an-hour meditation before I turned this camera on. It's nearly half an hour. And I was like, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a video. I need to make a video. I hope there was something in this. Massive respect if anyone's actually watched all the way through. I'm not sure if I'd even watched all the way for you talking to myself. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk now because although it's gotten a bit darker, it's absolutely sunny. Just went shopping today. It was my day off, Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to this video. I hope it helped you. We're all gonna make it, people. Keep striving. 47. We in the building. Thank you very much. Until the next time. Peace out.